I'm Shaun Potroz from Taranaki. Drive the Champ Vision S15s. Say that with plural because there's two of them now, RB and 2J. The adrenaline, being out of control but somewhat in control. Watching the likes of Gaz Wider and Cole, you know, in the early days, and well, the cars now have just skyrocketed out of control. The pro car back then is not even up to date with a pro sport car now, but it's it's just evolving year by year. Cars just keep leveling up and drivers just keep going up and up.
Talking a good time, Shaun Potroz, absolutely nailing it.
I've never done any other motorsport, never done any other sport to be honest, and that's why I've got such a big drive for drifting. It was just a self-taught and learned thing. My parents, you know, well, my mum, she used to run the legal like burnouts at this burnout pad locally, and then when that got shut down, I guess that's when I started doing the track days. And I guess, you know, never doing anything, no sports or anything like that in life. It's just, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm good enough, and I wanted to drive with good drivers, and now it's just like, that's my addiction, and I just can't get away from it. Yeah, mum, known as Mama Shah, I guess, to everyone. Yeah, she's just got a real, like, I don't know, she's real good personality with everyone, gets along with nearly every driver. I wouldn't know a single driver that said a bad thing about her, and vice versa, which is cool. Like, you know, financially, she's not just throwing a wallet at me, but she's probably throwing millions and millions of hours at me that, you know, that's something you can't buy. You know, I'll be out on the track and she's running around the pits selling whatever we can to make a couple of dollars, and you know, it doesn't sound like much at the start, but when she's like, oh, so like 100 odd items, you're like, oh shit, like, and it's crazy to look out, you know, she loves looking out in the grandstand and it's just like plastered with SMP or Champ Vision, like, and that's what we love to see. Like this year, Champ Vision was nothing but an Instagram page really, and now it's like go to a drift event, it's just like nearly 50% of it's covered. What I'm looking forward to this season will be the South Island being one of them, as I've never been down there. So that's one big thing for me, let alone going right to the bottom. And also Gisborne, the atmosphere and like the culture there with the drivers, and how many people come out of the woodworks to drive a new facility is going to be outrageous, I reckon. Yeah, the round-off circle will be Gisborne. A lot of people, like a big attraction will be brought to that town. I've seen just a standoff, like a track day we've done there, and it was huge. So for D1 to go there's going to be crazy. So who knows what will happen, you know, as well as Pukekohe is probably the thrill. 2J's actually just gone under like just a freshen up bearings and whatnot, just a health check. We're actually doing a fuel pumps, I don't know, just a service, doing low voltage runs just to save having little cuts in that with the PDM, and hopefully do a dry sump to the RB one, and then 2 bulletproof cars hopefully, just in case. Like RB is me, and if I, you know, had all the money in the world, I would have been RB at the beginning, but let's be honest, like 2J's for bang for buck. You can spend quarter of the money with a 2J and it's, you know, like, oh, this is going to last and this is going to make it. Where an RB, you're like, standing on it's in a wine glass really, and you're like, I don't know, it might not, you don't really know. The sound, you can't match it, but at the same time, my 2J has a unique sound, so I've sort of got to like it over the years. Yeah, like, well, at the start, RB20s, like, and people look at them now and just laugh really, but like, they were the big thing at the start. Like, that's what people used to do pookie in, and now the cars are like 10 times the power, like the 180 kilowatt or 150 kilowatt RB20s doing pookie, and now cars are like 600-700 kilowatt they're three-wheeling like crazy. So I was scared doing that type of track of Pro Sport 5 years ago, so there's going to be another thing coming. Hockey to me is just tunnel vision. It's a thrill, like when like the test days, they used to just be like a free flow, and you'd just be flying down the front straight under the bridge, and you got to try to look for this cone apparently, or this line. It was like a Pro Sport and Pro line, but yeah, it was just like it come to the corner that fast, you were just, the thrill was there. You kick it in, and then once you're out the other side, you're like full of, I don't know, happiness. Driving in the car, I guess. I'd hate to see some in-car footage. A challenge I'd like to set next year will be definitely get a podium of like P1, get first place. Being so close, and good at like a podium there straight away in pro, and then just been hungry for it, and probably too hungry and push it away, like throw it away sometimes. But yeah, it's just be conservative and smart. Long-term goals would be definitely want to win the championship, and we're going to push and drive hard for it. And then in the future, we had Dwayne come over here for LZ, so we'd like to travel over to Drift Masters or even IDC, just something, another new tracks and driver field to mix it up with. Even the likes of Drift South, we're thinking about just going down there for a round or something, just to, I don't know, mix it up, and a new challenge for us, a track we've never seen or been on. So yeah, my journey would start with like following the likes of Stu Baker. We just had gloss black cars, white wheels. Had help with like Steve Soul from a young age of 13. He was like the first drift car I went in, so gave me a bug. It was just like local businesses have helped me come to where I am today. And I looked up to Stewie, and now I have him right beside me, like helping crew for me in most previous events and that. So it's cool to have someone like him right beside me with like such smart knowledge. That appreciate all of that. All the small businesses, Guy for Choice Events and Tony, my first season of Pro Sport, they come aboard and just helped me expose myself, and I really had no idea what I was doing. Still don't really, but they gave me the big push, and made my name in the first season. And I had nothing to offer at the start, so they've been able to help me with there, and I've also helped them vice versa with their events. And yeah, I've seen what goes around comes around. It's like a drift family, I guess. It's just these little parts of the family. There's the Taranaki region and Gisborne and Palmerston North and that. So yeah, and then now with Champ Vision, my plan is to stick with them for the rest of the way and build something as big as we can, I guess, for myself and Oscar and Neve. So yeah, 2024 was financially my most stable season that I was confident going into, and had engine dramas after engine dramas, and we got knocked down pretty bad. And we poured so much in time, money, and it was hard to keep going. But then come to this season, the car was still going, so we just made it up along the way. Champ Vision, we just put on the car for the round one, and then we had the most reliable car this year. It had no engine dramas, and it was just it was just driver error, which I can handle losing to myself because I just have to be better. But it's hard losing to mechanicals, when you've spent so much time, money, and the other people, like Eddie has spent, I don't even want to know how many hours on most cars and motors, so he knows them with his eyes closed. And when it fails, it upsets him probably just as much as me. At the end, it was becoming a joke. But I think now we're on top of it and have the right mindset of what to do and make smart decisions and try not to go backwards. Yeah, seat time it's precious. Use it wisely. Like I always used to do the fun track days, and the goal back then was let's try to do 2 laps and, you know, blow the tyres, and that was it. And now I'm like, I want to do 10 laps again. I want the tyres to last, you know, I want to drive with mates and just like the timing with battles and stuff like that, just get better. Like people's driving is crazy. There's some people out there that I don't even know how they do it, but you know, when it comes to the battles, I guess everyone just turns up another notch. And yeah, like when you're driving every weekend, like Luke drives, I don't know, every chassis car in the world, you know, Falcons and Silvias and everything, 300ZX, you know. He drives all these different cars, but like so good. And it's like, I sort of feel like I can drive, you know, a mix of chassis, but he goes from like Corvettes and, you know, like they're just way out of the park for me. And that shows why he's like a real, you know, a real good driver. He knows how to read the situation real good. Knows when someone's going to over push, like myself. It's my addiction. It's like what I live and breathe. Like, you know, I was just pouring my whole life into my cars. And, you know, I was actually having a chat to about it. And I was like, I don't know about the season. And then the funny thing is our conversation went on. And then right at the very end, I'm like, no, what's the point? I got 3 drift cars there. There's no use sitting in the shed, I may as well just do it. So like, I sort of went against myself right from the start to finish. So that's sort of like, you know, what I've always done, you know, anything I'm doing is to fund fuel, tyres, accommodation, whatever, and just be back out there. Like, I think I used to have a budget of $500 at the start for a track day, and that would go away to Taupo. It would be like my diesel, accommodation, fuel, find second-hand tyres. Now that's, yeah, I'm spending that much on 2 tyres nearly. It's, the big game changer when you go to pro, but if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Seeing a driver's post, just sharing it, a like, a follow, and something so little as that, it can lead to something so big. Like, it takes 2 seconds to share someone's post. It doesn't matter, like it, comment, whatever. Like they say, haters make you famous. It's because people comment and hate on something, puts it at the top of the newsfeed, and that's why it's so big. I have a video on my Instagram that, like, a lot of it's just people thinking it was an idiot video, you know, like of a gender reveal. But like the views are like, I don't even know what it was at. It was like 30 something million or something stupid. And that was like the full definition. Like, it only takes 1 second to like someone's post, share it, and that can go a long way for someone.